and I say, "Hello, resident. My name is Bairn Frostbeard.
Nice to meet you.
I am a member of the City Watch. How can I help you today?"
Welcome back to Dungeons and Designers. Today we're joined by Adam Roark. Is that how you say your last name?
Yep.
So I know Adam just a little bit through the M of One Slack and Creative South. Zach actually knows Adam the most, and Zach isn't here today because he woke up, I guess Thursday or Friday, feeling ill, and it's just been like he thought he'd get rid of it, and he woke up today and his voice was gone or something. Dan's a little bit ill. Courtney's looking all right. I think Courtney's looking refreshed. Right. But I think Thanksgiving's kicked our butts.
Yeah.
But Adam, we're super stoked to have you here.
Mm-hmm.
Super stoked to play D&D with you.
Yeah, excited to be here.
Your Instagram is at Adam Roark Design, right?
Yeah.
And then you design for a church in Georgia, but the big nerdy thing you do is you model 3D files for resin printers for D&D miniatures, correct?
Yeah.
Where can we find those things? And can you just tell us real briefly, what do you use to make them?
Yeah, so I use ZBrush mostly, and then a little bit of modeling in Cinema 4D. Just basically if you go to My Mini Factory, which is a website that sells that kind of stuff, you'll find my account is under Lamppost Collective. And I've got, 30 something minis on there.
It's on Instagram too, right?
Yeah, if you go to either Lamppost Collective, or you can go to my wife and I's side hustle thing, which is a team project called the Roark Co. Then you could find links off to there as well.
Cool. And I will follow you up with you after this to make sure I get all those links for the description. But if you're listening to this or watching on YouTube, you can go down to the description area and there'll be links there for you to check out everything Adam's making. It's been pretty cool to see you doing all this stuff on Instagram. I must follow Lamppost or one of them because I see the ZBrush models coming up and it's always really cool.
Thanks.
Think you're going to keep doing it, or is 30 your finishing spot?
Oh, no. It's definitely a game of quantity. You're putting hundreds of hours into sculpts that you're going to sell a mini for $4 a piece. And then most people wait till Black Friday or something where they can get it half off. So the only way you make a steady passive income from that is by selling a lot.
Yeah. Passive by spending hundreds of hours sculpting.
Yeah. It's more of an excuse to just sculpt for fun.
Yeah, and learn new skills, and 3D seems to be getting bigger and bigger, so it's only going to help you.
Yeah.
Cool. So today's session is actually going to start. You guys are all in the manor still. Courtney, Dan, and Zach. Zach's, I guess, in bed, maybe sick, right? But as you guys, it's kind of early-ish morning, you guys hear a thudding on the bottom door. So right where those blasted out windows are, that door on the first floor, you hear a thud, thud, thud.
Okay. I'm probably awake at that point, and
if not now, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure I boarded up the door. I have no idea. So however it takes to open it, I'll kind of peep when I open. And what does the person look like?
Adam, do you want to explain who you are playing today?
Yeah. So you see out the door a dwarven male. He's got very, very pale skin, abnormally so, especially for a dwarf. He's got black hair. It's kind of mine. It's pulled up in a little top knot. Mm-hmm. His eyes are incredibly pale blue. He's about 4'5".
Cool.
And he's in guard garb.
Oh, okay. I'll say, hello, sir. Can I help you? And I'll open it up a little bit more so you can see my face. And you see a turtle face with some vines on top. I'm a druid.
If you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Right on. So I'm going to pull out of my pocket a little piece of parchment. And I'm going to look up at you. And then I'm going to furrow my brow and look back down. And I say, "Hello, resident. My name is Bairn Frostbeard.
Nice to meet you.
I am a member of the City Watch. How can I help you today?
Okay, so
Courtney's just like, nah.
This is so weird. I'm gonna call the VOD Meg. Can you come down here?
You hear Agate just yell up the stairs, Vaughn.
VOD.
I'm busy.
All right. Would you like to come in? Barn Frostbeard? Is that what you said your name is?
Bairn.
Bairn.
Like a bear, but with an N at the end.
That's awesome. Well, we have some tea inside if you'd like, and there was an explosion a couple of days ago. Would you like to come in and we can talk?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the door you knocked on was surrounded by like cindered walls, and all the windows are boarded up. And as you walk in, it's not much better because these windows are all boarded up. It's very dark in here, and you can tell that actually like some of the floorboards are what were pulled up to board up the windows, so you can see like exposed dirt. If you can kind of see a blue aura coming from behind the counter, which is a box that is glowing blue currently. And everything is kind of just cobwebby at this point. It's in a rough shape.
Yeah, don't mind the noises coming from behind the counter. It's usual. It's normal.
I feel like that's the opposite of what I should do. Being a guard would probably be in my best interest to go look at where the noises are coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, do whatever you need to feel safe.
Yeah, as you walk around the counter, you just see a wooden box with these like runes glowing around the outside edge, but it's also wrapped in a leather belt, and these vines have like entangled it, and it's kind of just sitting there on the floor.
Can I read the runes?
I don't think so. Like they'd be like ancient arcane runes. So, and you're a bard, rogue, ranger.
I am a ranger. Yeah.
It's got to be one of the 6 that I've hit it on 3.
It's close enough. It's
but maybe what you could tell is that there's magic and there's probably something locked inside.
Awesome.
Checks out.
I see vines and I recognize that, and that's about it. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming based on your appearance, those are your doing.
Oh yeah, keeping the city safe. You know, that's what we do over here.
Hey, that's what I do.
Yeah. Anyway, so I guess since you're here, I was wondering if you have anything else on that piece of paper you're reading about. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can finish.
Due to the unsightly state of the front of the building you are inhabiting, I was sent to ask if you needed assistance and to determine the cause of this destruction.
Oh. For like insurance purposes, because that would be great.
I'm not sure what the socioeconomic status of Waterdeep is.
Yeah, what I would say is there might be a payment like after the case is closed, but it's gonna be one of those cases that never closes.
Dang it.
It's just like the warehouse.
This is great. It's just all of those tax dollars going to fix another problem instead of into my salary.
Oh yeah. I feel that. Okay. Well, so it looks like you were looking into the case, same as us. We're not really sure exactly what happened other than that there was an explosion in the kind of courtyard outside of our house here, and it blew in these windows. We're kind of trying to figure out what happened because there are other things amiss in the city that we want to help out with too.
Yes, I think we brought some bodies in to the watch station nearby from this here explosion, so probably a little more serious than
just an explosion.
Yeah, I'm just reading what's on the paper.
Yeah. I believe it was 11 bodies, if I remember right.
You know, a day's work. Yeah,
I'm not very good at math.
Combine forces, and we can figure out who to, arrest and bring in for hopefully some kind of monetary value for us.
Wow. Okay. I mean, that seems a little heartless, but
We gotta
to each their own,
fix
I guess.
these windows. Yeah. All right. Well, do you have any leads to go on other than us, or were you gonna hit up other people in town after this?
I know that we have seen a cloaked man was left. He fled the scene. He looked pretty burned on his way out. We have reason to believe he was a Zent.
Yeah. I think I wasn't out on this day, but my comrades went underground and found kind of their lair. We might want to go check out.
Xanathar lair underground. Zents were the warehouse.
Oh, okay. So
I know, very similar, right?
Warehouse. Dang it.
Don't worry, I got you.
The other one. So we can go there next, unless there are other... Vod might know some things. He might be wrapping up upstairs. You ready?
What, me?
Yeah.
Busy.
He's still busy.
You're just gonna stay up there the whole day, Dan?
I might. I'm taking care of Ed.
Are you?
Ed can take care of himself.
He's dying up here.
Are you administering CPR?
No, I'll come bumbling down and I say, "Oh my God, a dwarf!"
Yeah. What are you?
Oh, sorry.
He's
I'm also a dwarf.
It's a little odd of a greeting, but nice
That's
to
fine.
see you.
If you're not proud of your brother in race, it's okay. You do your own. Obviously, you have allegiances to some City Watch thing. I see by the garb.
Yeah, definitely that.
Yeah,
That's definitely it. It's not the weird greeting at all.
Oh, I mean, weird to each his own. Oh my gosh, Agate, where did you find this? What is this thing?
I mean, City Watch, right?
I don't know, man. His skin and his eyes are weird looking too.
I could hear everything you're saying. You're saying this across the room.
Oh yeah, no, and then I turn you and go, and I go, what is going on?
Yeah. New to Baron, Vodbeck does this a lot to people where he just talks about them. So currently, just to give you guys a update on info known, you know that all the evidence and bodies have been taken to a local station of the City Watch. That's what Baron just told you. You know that there were 2 people who left the scene. You don't know where either of them went, but you potentially know that one of them is a Zent.
Mm-hmm. Like the guys from the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
From the warehouse? I was asleep.
The Zent guy was in the explosion, right? Because we saw him. He left. He was highly burned. The other one was the construct on the roof, but you guys don't know anything about that.
And I don't know. I mean, maybe we should check out the morgue. I don't know if there's more that we could see that we haven't when we checked the bodies before, but the hottest lead we have other than going straight to the warehouse.
Was the warehouse theirs, or were they squatting?
The Zents have a whole system of warehouses down in the dock ward because they do so much illegal selling and what they call it when they bring stuff in. But all the boats bring in their wares, so they have warehouses to do all their stuff in.
Smuggling.
Yeah, that's the word. That's the English.
Smuggle. Yeah, we could try
go to the dock then.
Are you up for this, Beard?
Yeah, sure. I got to figure out where all these dead bodies came from. So.
Okay, so you're on the mission with us. Seems
the dead bodies were in the road from the fireball.
Yeah. That is
where they came from.
Yeah, very very astute.
You're asking the questions. We got the answers. I don't know.
Yeah, Vod could solve the whole thing right now.
Yeah, if you want to know where the bodies came from, then
just opens the door.
Yeah,
just points to the floor.
Yeah,
we're good.
You're definitely not a ranger. So Is there? Can I make like an investigation check or anything like that to like? Well, not investigation. I guess it would be like a. I don't know what. Where's tracking? Survival? I don't know.
Sure. What are you trying to track though?
Just trying to see if like I see any like footprints or anything like leading away that would give us more of like an idea of where.
Yeah. So as you look outside,
ran off.
You need to do a check because you're not in a time rush, right? You can take your time and make sure you do it right. But what you do see are like dozens, if not hundreds, of footsteps all around in this like little intersection. But what you could also tell, and looks extremely strange, is that it almost looks like there was a waterfall that came out in front of this door and like pushed all the mud to the houses. So there's like this weird like central push of mud kind of being scraped away, almost as if the whole scene had been cleaned up already.
Dang it. Well, that's unfortunate.
It makes all your life a little trickier. But yeah.
To the dock house or to the morgue. Well, I guess the dock house is the best place to go at this point. You know, because that water
ward.
that dock ward. I don't know. I'm saying house.
Before we go,
Just one house, all the ducks.
before we go down there, so you guys know, like the Zents would be like the mob, right? Like it's a big group of gangsters. You could definitely go down there, but you're not going to have much direction or things you're actually looking for, right? You're just going to go down to the dock wards, which is a large section of the city by itself, and then just start picking fights. Is that kind of the idea right now?
I didn't really have a plan. I mean, I guess I was gonna start asking people kindly.
Are you bad? Did you set stuff on fire?
Have you seen one of you that's burned?
Yeah.
Or if they want their necklace back, and then we know who.
So
did it.
you actually have reasons to believe that the necklace was from the thing that was on the roofs.
Yeah, wouldn't they be kind of related? That's what I was thinking.
I would say you'd have no reason to think that.
Oh.
But why were they both there at the same time? That's
I mean, there were a ton of people there, but you're right.
Could have been those Xanthar.
But here, just again,
guys doing fire
because there were weeks in between, you do knew that the thing on the roof threw a fireball that killed 2 Zents and potentially burned this one that ran away.
So we need to go to the least Zent place.
There's reasons to think that that someone was trying to kill and or damage the Zents. That right? Probably not. It was probably not a Zent fireballing Zents.
Right. So if the dock ward is south, then we need to go all the way north.
Just
Yes,
the opposite direction.
exactly. Or I
there
heard.
any, like, do we see any birds, like pigeons or anything like hanging around?
You could. Are you looking for a pigeon?
Yeah, I'm looking for like any kind of like a seagull or something vibing.
Sure.
On
It has wings.
on or
Yeah.
nearby.
Oh.
Yeah, like little ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna, if it's cool, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna ask him, like, based on all of the commotion and stuff, did he see anything, or she see anything, like from I guess the previous day, like in terms of like fire related.
Oh yeah, and the bird being a fairly low intelligence creature, through squawks and screeches, does say like he saw or she saw. Who knows? It's far away, hard to tell, especially with a bird. There was a large explosion, a lot of death. Birds actually came and were like picking on the bodies at one point, right? Because free meal.
Yeah.
And that 2 people did run away. One went kind of into the north ward, like on foot, and then one was leaping on the roofs. But the bird didn't see much further of where they went. And then a whole bunch of city guards came and kind of locked everything down quickly after.
Did the bird see like anything like in terms of like I wouldn't know this because they haven't said anything.
Yeah.
About something being on the roof, but did the bird see like where the fireball came from?
Yeah, and through squawks, it's like, yeah, the thing on the roof definitely cast the fire. Like,
Okay, cool.
it doesn't know how, doesn't know what that means, right? Doesn't understand arcana or anything, but that there was the fireball emitted from the roof from this thing.
Great. So I'm just going to turn to you two and be like, so the bird says that the fire came from the roof for sure.
Yeah.
And then 2 people ran off, one by way of rooftop, and the other one was the one that we assume was our burned friend.
Yes.
So are we not hunting the thing or person that cast the fire?
And the cop is like, it seems like one person actually attacked these people.
It's like a construct, like a puppet almost. But it sounds like it went north.
If it's a construct, then it probably came from the House of Inspired Hands.
Okay.
Never heard of them.
Well,
is that around here?
And Adam's character, Baron, would definitely know that the House of Inspired Hands is actually a temple to Gond. And Gond is the god of smithing. He's like one of the gods that the gnomes really, really adore. But it's all about innovation and invention and smithing.
Maybe we should talk to them. And they're based north. So Vod was
they're on the corner of Seawatch Street and Shark Street in the Sea Ward.
It is north.
Haha! North we go. Okay.
Almost the farthest away from the dock.
And the Sea Ward, Dan, you have the map up, right?
Yeah.
That's west of the North Ward, right? It's along the ocean above Castle Ward.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Why is the North Ward not the most north, but the South Ward is?
Redlining.
Shut up.
So you guys you have 2 leads. Again, a little heavy-handed, but Adam has now brought you 2 pieces of information. One is the morgues, and one is the House of God, or the Temple of God, the House of Inspired Hands.
What were the roads?
It's on Seawatch Street and Shark Street.
Street sharks.
If you search Temple of God, it might come up. If you search House of Inspired Hands, it might come up on the interactive D&D map by ADDD, I think.
Sorry, again, where are we? Skulltroll Alley? Where's that?
It's in the North Ward, kind of the middle of it.
Okay. So we have to go westerlies.
If there's a button on there where you can put in 2 locations and it tells you how far it is. It's a really great map. I'm a big fan. But see, Adam, this is the kind of stuff that we'll definitely just cut out because it's...
No, this is clean content.
I'm feeling like I want to go to the House of Inspired Hands to figure out more about who or what this construct was. And then maybe we'll know what to look for when we go to the morgue.
Now, if the House of Inspired Hands are all about smithing, would that mean that the construct was something that they could have created?
Potentially.
Sounds like it.
Well, I guess we don't really have any options.
We have 2 options.
What's the other option?
Go to the morgue.
Oh, would you like to do that?
Yeah, correct me if
would we have
you
access
think
to the morgue
differently.
as citizens?
No, but with a city watch, you would.
I guess that's on. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be like a cop's just like, yeah, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Check out the morgue.
It's like going on a ride along.
but to the morgue.
Yeah, it's a medieval ride along.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, what kind of information are you looking to get out of the morgue there?
I don't know. I just know that's an open lead. And then maybe if we learn more about this construct puppet thing and what it can do, then what we see at the morgue would make more sense.
So you're thinking Inspired Hand first.
Yeah. Then morgue.
Sounds like a plan. What do you think?
Turn to.
I think you guys take way too long to make a decision. Let's go.
All right.
There's a proper City Watch sass.
Yeah, there is. After you, sir.
So Dan, did you see how far that was from you guys? It's a hike, right?
I mean, it's like doesn't look that far.
Okay, so definitely before lunch. And you guys pull up to what looks like a fairly large cathedral, probably 3-4 stories at least, with some towers branching off it. But rather than just looking like a temple, it also looks like a workshop with kind of these stove pipe tops coming out with smoke. You can hear clanging and the hissing inside. There's a lot of brass, kind of, I would say, almost steampunky outside. And then there is, let me find where it went. The symbol of Gond is hanging over the door. It's a toothed cog with 4 spokes. And you can see, as you look up there, kind of into the sunlight, a silhouette of a figure standing on top of the roof, right? Probably around 4 stories again. So we're talking at least 50, 60 feet from you. But even though he's pretty far away, you do see that he looks very similar to what was explained as like the other puppets. And as he's sitting there, he like reaches into his like pocket. He's kind of got like these baggy clothes on pocket, and he pulls out something and then just like lets it go. And what you see is like a bird kind of fly in the air. And then as it kind of just like flops around, it comes down and just starts barreling towards you, Courtney. What do you want to do?
Wait. Well, I'm going to cast, it's flaming, right? You said it's kind of like a bird.
No, it's like a metal bird.
I'm gonna, create water in front of me.
Okay.
And it's gonna take up like a
30 foot?
30 foot, but I can make it smaller than that. I just want to make a buffer between me and it so it doesn't like hit me, so I can have time to move out of the way, or maybe it'll short circuit or something is kind of what I'm thinking.
Sure. So as this bird is rushing down, you kind of just like bring your hands up and a wall of water kind of is created in front of you. And you see as like it hits it comes in as like a large impact. A splash comes out of one side. And like one of those like slow-mo bullet videos, you watch as this bird kind of hits the water and then slowly starts drifting to the bottom, to the floor. And what you see down there is just like a finely crafted metallic bird. Non-sentient, almost like a clockwork toy.
Okay.
And as you look back up, all you see is this puppet construct kind of jump towards the back of the building and kind of disappear into the silhouette.
Gives me shivers. I don't like it.
Very like after the fact and slow reaction time, I'll take my warhammer and slam it on the bird.
So you see Vod as he just like slams with his warhammer and little bits of clockwork, as if breaking a watch. Kind of all those little tiny pieces go flying everywhere.
I look at him with like a lot of frustration, and I like pick up like the broken pieces and like
puts evidence tag on it.
Well, like, and I just stick it in my bag of holding, like.
Yeah.
I turn to Agate and I'm like, don't worry about it, got it for you. No problem.
Thanks, bud. Well, that didn't feel very friendly. What do you think, Baron? What would you like to do next?
I'm just gonna like head in towards the place. I'm very frustrated. This was excellently made, and it just got destroyed for no good reason.
It's coming straight at me.
Fondled the stonework. Was like walking through the front door, like very impressed with the architecture of the building.
Yeah. So as you walk in, kind of 2 giant, massive wooden doors, easily open though. As you walk in, you see a long kind of aisle down the center with sort of pew-type chairs. At the very end, there's a statue of Gond. He's like a big bearded man with a kind of anvil and a smithing hammer. But you also see down the aisle these little pedestals that have inventions on them. So like one of the pedestals has the same kind of level of craft as the bird, but a small 4-foot tall watchtower or clock tower. So you can see all the little bits and turning. It's like the details are like the most impressive part, right? So you see the clock tower, you see a small flying machine, and it feels very much like kind of the Dune ships, where like you could tell that the wings actually flap, and it's not just like a airplane, but almost again like a small bird that you could get inside of. You see a small mechanical dragon turtle. It has a brass plate like kind of on the bottom that says Big Belchy sank in Deepwater Harbor on the day of wonders in 1363 DR. I can't remember what year it is now, but that's probably at least a couple hundred years. I think it was 1500-ish we're playing in. You see a helmet with like small mechanical hands coming down from the sides of it. And the pedestal says the Waking Helmet. And then the last pedestal that kind of really stands out is a small red submarine that's shaped like a manta ray, and it says the Scarlet Maripunth Latinese submersible launched in 1489 DR. So you can just tell, like, where other, like, more magic or arcane or religious temples would have iconography or things from maybe priests, this is filled with, like, the inventions of man instead. Anywhere you guys want to go, anything you want to try to do. You could definitely see multiple people worshiping, but more than just worshiping, like, on the outside walls, there's people, like, making things. Like, this is a fully workshop, fully temple, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I turned to Baron and asked, like, hey, do you have any connections here? You seem to know a lot about this place.
Yeah, do I have any connections? Do I know, like, a priest or anybody who's kind of, like, influential or might...
We could say that you do know that the head priest here is called Valletta and is a dragonborn from the Bronze Dragon descent.
Great. I will go hunt her down.
Cool, yeah. So as you guys are walking around, you're going to see people making things. And I think out of all of the different races, there's probably not many Dragonborn in here. So once you see Valletta, who is... I think we've talked about this in the past, maybe past campaigns, where, like, priests usually have just, like, nicer, more crafted, like, robes. The priests here would just have more working things, right? So, like, an apron, all the things that everyone else has, but just maybe nicer, right? Like, maybe the tools are nicer. But yeah, you can easily find the Dragonborn Valletta.
I'll just walk up to her and I'll be like, greetings. We're in search of a construct, we believe, with some pretty malintent. 11 people died because of this, and I'm just on assignment to figure out what caused this and hopefully, put the person behind this in jail.
Yeah, and as you start just, like, dropping those hard facts, you can hear, like, the hammering around you start slowing down and eventually, like, stopping. And Valletta looks at you, is like, fine, like, come with me, and, like, starts ushering all three of you back to, like, her main office, like, getting you out of this main quarters. And as she, like, sits down behind her big table, again, more little inventions, things Vodmek might want to smash for some reason.
Not flying at Aggie.
Valletta is just like, what do you think happened? How do you think we were even involved? Like, that doesn't sound like us. Like, we make things, we don't destroy things.
Well, a little bird told me that a construct had cast a fireball at the front of these lovely citizens' building, and I believe that more than likely one of your followers' devices is responsible.
And we'd like some compensation, for the damage.
She's like, all right, before we even get there, like, what did this construct look like? Like, did it look like one of the pedestals out front? Did it look like anything that people were working on?
It looked like the thing on top of your building.
And she's like, there's nothing up. There's just towers. Like, I don't know. We didn't install any constructs on the tower.
I mean, they threw a bird at us, Baron. You can show it to her.
I pull it out of my bag of holding, like this like crumpled up thing. Like,
yeah, and she's like, well, that looks like something we would make. She's like, and just like out of frustration, she's like, maybe Nim's involved. And then she goes on to tell you, like, Nim was a construct, but more humanoid than what they normally make, that was gifted to them by, I can't remember, it's by like a gnomish tribe or something. And it's much more sentient than the things that they normally make. So she's like, Nim has its own room in one of the towers. Like, let's go up there and just, like, see. Like, we can ask Nim everything. And as you guys go up there, she looks at the door, and there's been a whole new lock installed on the door, and she tries to open it, and it can't.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like,
can I just pull out, like, my dwarven thrower and just, like, bash it in?
What is a dwarven thrower?
That was a question I had for you earlier. We'll cut this out.
No.
I have very high level weapons because, like, full transparency, this character was a level 5, and then I brought him back down to a level 2.
Sure, don't worry.
But I justified it and said this guy's a guard, so like hopefully he's gonna have access.
Fine with me. Yeah. So what is it?
A dwarven thrower is basically Mjolnir. So like I basically can just chuck a hammer and it comes back to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would say like as you take out your hammer and you go to like throw it, the dragonborn like grabs your arm before you're able to make the full throw, and she's like, "I've got to beg you, like, please do not destroy our temple. Like, violence is not accepted here."
It's not violence. It's a door. I'm pretty sure you can make another one.
Yeah,
we're talking about real people.
Yeah, and I kind of butted. I'm like, it's kind of just like a key. He's just opening the door.
Yeah, she's like,
think about it.
She's like, maybe just give us some time. Like, we can try to make some keys down there. We can try to like figure out a break into this door. This is a high level lock, but I'm sure we can figure something out. But like, just please do not destroy anything else in here, especially after seeing what you did to that little bird.
Had it coming.
I mean, there's no reason they think Vaughn did it. But she did see Vaughn.
I don't know.
Really need a rogue right now. Let's see.
And like as you guys are talking, she's like hitting the door, like banging on it. Be like, Nim, please open the door. And you can hear like something in there scurrying around.
Oh. I kind of elbow Vaughn and ask, like, do you have any... did you have any spells for opening doors?
Yeah, but I don't know if it has to be unlocked.
Right.
Oh.
Does anyone have lock picking tools?
No.
I can ask around
You know
outside.
who probably does?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The sleeping
I was
man.
gonna say for sure someone did.
Just go back and...
I'm gonna turn to the priest and ask, like, is there a window to this room outside?
And she like thinks, and she's like, there has to be, but you're talking 4 or 5 stories, maybe more on this tower. Like you'd be climbing. And she's like, why don't you try to use your police authority? Maybe like you can.
Well, I tried, and you told me not to.
Well, no.
You're like my holds hammer up.
not that authority. And she like bangs on the door, and she's like, Nim, there's a cop out here. I need you to listen to him. And then she's like, you try. And I need you to give me why don't you do a charisma persuasion check while you do this?
Really? My lowest one. Let's see. 14.
Yeah, definitely not. Oh, wait. No, sorry. With advantage because she's helping you.
Oh.
14's not high enough, though.
Yeah, this was 10.
Yeah, okay. And she's just like, all right. This isn't working. She goes downstairs and she comes up with like this robot thing that has a ton of different like little key bits, and she like attaches it to the door, and she's like, just give it a few minutes, like hopefully this can do it. And you see it as it's just like turning and clicking and locking, and it just like works the door open, and then it's like just pops and like slowly starts to like open inward. And what you guys see like as the door slowly opens is just an entire room full, almost like a hoarders of just little bits and scraps and things being like half built, and a small-ish, maybe 4.5, 5, maybe 5.5 foot tall, skinny construct kind of trembling behind some of these boxes.
Is it the same one that threw the bird?
I would say it looks similar, but like the other one was so far away and kind of in the sunlight, like backlit, that it would be hard to tell if it was the same. But if not the same, by the same creator, you would assume. Like, definitely like as if kin.
If I take a slow step inside, does like the construct try to move away?
I mean, it's like in the very back corner, so like there's not much for it to go.
Or like be scared off and escape?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use command to make him approach us.
Ooh, can you tell me what command does?
I speak one word command to a creature you can see within range, and the target must
Creature, not a
succeed.
construct.
I don't know. We're gonna hand wave it because that's how we usually play D&D, so we'll allow it.
I
It
like
says
it.
if its the target is undead, it doesn't work.
Oh well, it's definitely not dead or alive. So yeah. And again, another Doom reference. You almost like command it to come out of here. Dude, Doom was so good.
Are you gonna use the voice?
Yeah, he uses the voice. And you watch almost like against its will, this like small, again, skinny-ish construct kind of comes out behind the boxes. And you can see like inside his chest is the most like intricate, again, machinery, like all of it looking like clockwork.
Construct is a creature type in Dungeons and Dragons.
There you go.
You taught me something.
Artificial creatures. Interesting.
Again, hand wave. It doesn't really matter, but we like it.
I don't like hand waving, you know that.
What's that?
I said I don't like hand waving.
So yeah, you guys watch out as like this little kind of, again, feeble looking, extremely gentle, right? Like Dan's hammer could easily go through it just like it did that bird, right? It doesn't look like something that'd be like a warrior of any sort. And you hear Valletta being like, did you throw a fireball at these people? And like shakily, like the robot like doesn't speak, but it's like shaking its head no out of like fear.
Did you throw the bird?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one, like, it almost starts to look confused and like shake its head no.
You seem to know who threw the fireball. Do you know who it was?
Yeah, and you can see like it's almost communicating through like a sign language to Valletta almost. Like there's a deeper understanding between them both. And Valletta starts explaining that like this creature is named Nim, this construct. I guess Nim got sort of lonely in here, being its only kind, and made another one of itself. But that thing like ran out the window and like wasn't built as well as Nim because Nim was made by this other like tribe of gnomes. And then it just like left.
Not ideal.
Yeah, and Valletta's like, we can't have that. And as she says that, like all these other kind of priests from down below, again, not road, but more looking more like workers, start like packing things up and like handcuff Nim and start bringing it downstairs. And you can just see like them taking all these things and taking it very seriously. And Valletta's like, I'm sorry, like we don't usually do this. Like our creations don't create. This one was gifted to us. And out of the one of the boxes, the only thing that like looks totally out of place in here is a small handle that has like, again, all these kind of clockworky things that come off the top, and then a small red and yellow umbrella. And it looks just like super out of place. It's got like a wooden handle. And that drops out of the box as they're like trying to shuffle everything out.
I'll grab it.
Yeah, and Valletta looks at you and goes, I have no idea what that is. And then Nim, all handcuffed, starts like looking back and kind of like with his shoulder nudges at it. And you see that there's like a trigger handle on the wooden staff, almost like a bicycle brake, like but down vertically. And if you click on it, you see the umbrella just starts spinning a little bit. And Valletta goes, I think it made this to go find the other Nimblewright. Nimblewright being the constructs. I guess Nim had planned on trying to like take care of this himself. He just didn't have time to leave.
Just didn't find the time in all his chores.
Yeah. And Valletta's just like, I don't know where it is, but I feel horrible. And she goes, I can give you a reward if you guys want to go find it for us. So the first thing she offers you is 500 gold. She's like, we'll just pay you 500 gold right out. If you can go destroy this other Nimblewright for us, it's rogue, it needs to be taken care of, 500 gold. And then she's like, I also have quite a few inventions that we can give you that. They're non-magical, right? They're just like things that we made. But we'll give you a few of those in addition to the 500 gold.
And what about our home?
Are you trying to bribe the city watch?
Yeah, she looks around. She's like, we would never. But if you need
I
more,
think we can all agree that your responsibility is to stop this at any cost. This is your responsibility.
Any cost, 500 gold and our inventions. Yeah, we
are
agree.
your vessels. You came to the right person.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sounds like a good deal.
You see, as the city watch guard starts being like, "What's going on?" and the other two are like, "Yes, this sounds great. 500 gold, primo."
What about
Do you
the
have any
repairs to our
featherball?
home?
Yeah.
She's like, "We can definitely talk about that too. Like, we'll figure out all those things. What
We have almost a dozen dead people that you're responsible for. There's going to be some more compensation than 500 gold.
She's like, yeah, this is just for hunting it, right? It's a bounty. But I'll go down the city watch myself, and we'll discuss this and see what happened.
Great.
Is there anything else I can give you people?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I guess we have the umbrella. We don't need to. I was gonna say we try to talk to Nim more, but also can't really talk to him. So.
And I'm interested in these inventions because I don't really like heights, but I like the money part. So I'd want some assurances that if I use this umbrella thing, like if it's going to take me into the air, do I need like a feather fall ring? What are these other inventions?
So again, that was probably I probably did not describe it well at all, right?
Courtney went straight to Mary Poppins.
I'm like, wow, does this work?
The umbrella itself is probably only a couple inches wide. Right, it's just a small umbrella. A small umbrella off of this, and when you pull the trigger, the umbrella spins.
Yeah.
I
But it's
think
spin.
I've seen these at like a tavern before. Like they put them in like the fruity drinks.
It's about that size.
Okay.
Yes. So you're not going very high.
A tiny pair.
But right now it is spinning extraordinarily slow.
Oh, I see. It's like a hot cold type thing. And we have to walk around town potentially till this thing spins really quick.
To the docks.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, I forgot. The opposite of the docks.
North. Okay. Well, were there other inventions you said that you could give us to aid for right now?
She's like, no, this is like an additional payment. Like, I'll go find stuff downstairs. Like, we'll make this worth your while.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're on the western side of the city, so if it's going super, like I said, we don't know the range of it. Does anybody have would anybody have information about this umbrella?
Like how it works?
Yeah, like what's the range? Like, is it going to be fast if we're 200 feet away from the thing, or is it?
Oh yeah, and you can ask. What's your name, Valletta? She definitely doesn't know, right? Nim made it. Nim doesn't even know like how well it works, right? Like,
perfect.
But she can say like. She suspects it to be sensitive enough that like you'd get dozens of feet away, and it'd be spinning at full speed.
Gotcha.
Can we take Nim with us?
And she's like, "No, Nim is going to be down there. We have to figure out what to do with Nim and stuff. He might be destroyed."
Sounds like a good plan.
Can you wait until after our investigation?
Yeah, and she's like, "There's going to be a whole procedure with that, right? Like." We don't destroy things like thoughtlessly. Like there's going to be a whole process for that, but he's going to be in the dungeon below.
Okay, because we could use some extra help. Maybe so there could be a different type of sentence for him other than death, like servitude in life.
She's like, we can definitely discuss that.
Cool. Okay.
Well, we're on the western side of the city.
Mm-hmm.
So which ways do you want to go? North, east, or south?
What do you think of closing the loop on the morgue next and then using this? Or you want to kind of walk around town? What information
would the morgue give us?
I'm not sure. Other than that, it was another open point that was blatantly given to us.
Sometimes I use a hammer. Sometimes I use a chisel.
Oh, Will brought that up?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I was asking. I thought it was you the whole time. I was like, why are you so stuck on this morgue thing?
It's not obvious to me. They're dead bodies.
Yeah, then we can go. Why not?
Okay.
Where is it?
Where is it?
Just somewhere near where you guys live, right? It's like one of the stations locally to you. That's an episode of Dungeons and Designers as we play Waterdeep Dragon Heist. This is a Masters of One Network podcast. We'll see you next week.